All right, Shalom Akyam, all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Harachakodash. Double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the Akyam out there doing the work of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai in truth, faith, and in sincerity. So, yeah, we are in the time of prophecy, and this being declared the year of prophecy by the chief apostle Tahar here at Great Millstone, and we see these prophecies just um, it's like one after another being fulfilled. So here in this particular video, what I want to highlight is this video from William Mott, and he even said, and I had to bring it out because um, it's really highlighting what Apostle Tahar said was correct according to documents that this guy William Mott received, and he's a guy that's somewhat in the know. Now you watch his videos, he doesn't get everything right, especially when he tries to go into the scriptures, because that's our domain. The scriptures and prophecies are our domain. When I say our, I'm talking about the servants of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, his prophets. So Esau has some things right as it pertains to them on the left-hand side. But yeah, even just as listening to this, you'll hear some stuff that there's always going to be bones. It ain't, or you at least hope it ain't going to be true. Like he mentions years. Well, we don't get into that because the Most High can speed things up or he can slow things down. But we do know that his word will be fulfilled. But he didn't, there is no like given timeline as far as dates. The Most High didn't give dates or times. And Yahweh Shai just told us things to watch for, and that we should be, as his servants, as the disciples of Yahweh Shai, the servants of Yahweh, we should be watching as well as praying. Okay? But yeah, anyway, again, this being the year of prophecy, and with what was being said on this video, lining up with what Apostle Tahar said, like, the vaccine will not be the mark of the beast, or the mark of the beast will not be in the vaccine. It's going to be separate, and that makes sense because they can't sneak the mark on you. It has to be said, this is the chip, do you want it? That's the hour of temptation, is you have to willingly resist or accept it. So they can't sneak it in the vaccine. So when the apostle said that, and I thought about it, because I did think also that, yeah, they're going to put it in the vaccine. They're going to put it in the vaccine. But when the apostle Tahar said that, and I thought about it, I said, man, yep, that makes perfect sense. But this video and the documents that they have, or that he's reading from, it states that. It said you will be vaccinated, then you will be chipped. And not too long after that, pretty much all hell would break loose. And this is basically according to the scripture. Now I'm going to bring this out, and then we'll get the video so that you know that this ain't just me talking. This is by the decree of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. We are coming down to the wire. And for those who ain't ready, you're going to get trampled. You're going to get trampled by the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And this is the book of Psalms. This is Psalm 64. We'll start at verse 6. All right. Psalm 64, verse 6. They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. This is talking about Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. He searched out iniquities. From chemtrails, man, that is diabolical. And we're going to send our planes up into the air and spray poisons in the air that implement a slow death upon the people, sicken the people. Matter of fact, here in this video, he speaks about being sick due to chemtrails. which I started suspecting like within the past year or so. Because you just see all of a sudden just people getting sick, like all at the same time. People have this sickness. People don't even, um, deal with each other or around each other, and they'll be sick. And I said, well, shit, that's got to be something, And it just dawned on me, they giving us a lot of these sicknesses through these chemtrails. That's a diligent search. Genetically modified organisms. You know how you know how diligent you have to be to figure out something that diabolical, something that dastardly. All right. It said they search out iniquities. They accomplished a diligent search. Both the inward thoughts of every one of them and the heart is deep. So that's why the average person can't comprehend when you tell them, yeah, the government is doing this, and that. They hate you and they want you dead. That's too deep for them to comprehend. That's the deepness of it. Hey, it said the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. So your average Jake, average Joe six pack, they can't even begin to fathom. Just and just thinking about it, the shit sound far fetched, but it's real. From nanotechnology, man, man, what type of a diligent search you have to do to come up with nanobots, nanotechnology, and they got that, and they're using that on the people. From all the apps, your devices, from your phone, your television, your laptops, and your computers, monitoring, spying on you. This is all out of all from Esau searching out iniquities, and basically to bring about his one world order, which ain't gonna happen. It is not going to happen. Verse 7 said, but Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh shall shoot at them with an arrow suddenly, that they be wounded. Or suddenly shall they be wounded. So right, the Most High gonna shoot his arrow at them. And when you go into Job, it talks about this devil terrorist gripping him on every side. Let me get that out of the book of Job, the 18th chapter. It said terror shall make him afraid on every side. You know, yeah, let me get that. All right. Job chapter 10, Job chapter 18, verse 10. It said, the snare is laid for him in the ground, and a trap for him in the way. Terrors shall make him afraid on every side, and shall drive him to his feet. And so, right, that's the Most High going to shoot that arrow at him. Suddenly shall he fall. All right, it says, jumping over to Job 20 and verse, let's see, verse 24. All right, Job chapter 20, verse 24. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. See, that iron weapon, that's the Most High shooting that arrow. And again, going back to Psalm 64, verse 7. But Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. Yep, they're going to be wounded because the arrows going into the nuclear missiles, which Job 20 referred to as that iron weapon. It said he shall flee from the iron weapon because the terror of the Most High is going to be upon him and make him afraid on every side. So, and Isaiah breaks it down. 54 and 16. Let me go there real quick. Matter of fact, let's go back to Job before we go to Isaiah. Let's go back to Job chapter 20, verse 25. It says, "It is drawn and cometh out of the body, yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his gall. Terrors are upon him." So that glittering sword is referring to the nuclear missile that the Most High gave them the knowledge to create. It's also known as an arrow. It's known as the Most High sword. It's also known as the Most High's arrow. And as I was mentioning, Isaiah chapter 54 and 16, it says, "Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy." So the Most High created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, for the Most High's work, to fulfill scriptures like right here in the book of Psalms, Psalm 64. And we read in the book of Job. So Esau received this understanding and this high science so that he can make these weapons and to fulfill the Most High's purpose and will. Okay? And then going back, Psalm 64, it says, here we go, again, 64 verse 7, the book of Psalms, "But Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away." So when it speaks about them making their tongue to fall upon themselves, you're going to have certain Edomites that are privy to these iniquities that were searched out and accomplished through that diligent search. You're going to have Edomites that's privy to these things that's going to come out for the sake of the Most High, plaguing their conscience. They're going to come out and they're going to reveal their plans. They're going to let the cat out of the bag, snitch, if you will. And that's what's happening. More than several cases of that. But here is just one of the latest, and let's just hear what he has to say. And he gets right to the point, so I'll play maybe a minute or two. He gets right to the point. And
good morning, welcome to our channel. We appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for coming. You're the salt of the earth. I still have a little bit of chemtrail flu. They're spraying it on us from somewhere, and the entire area is out of cough drops. Welcome to our channel. We don't even know how to begin this. Welcome to the Silver Eagle News Network. We appreciate it. This is brought to you by Immusys and Citric Air. Why? Because we use it as the base for everything. You will be marked, chipped, and go digital. Consent is voluntary. Enforcement is mandatory. You will wear the mask. You will get the shot. You will be chipped. You will run to the store and you will go digital, because this has been planned for a very long time.
Yes, it has.
And they will make you do this or you won't be able to leave your home, and then they'll come into your home and they'll rip the children out of your arms if you don't consent to it. That's what's coming. We saw in a report from the World Bank that this will last until 31 March 2025, and everyone in America will be chipped and marked. America will be taken down. You can use anything for a mask, even a handkerchief, because it's not about safety, it's about compliance. You will be chipped. You have no choice. The media will create New York Times, CNN, ABC, CBS, Washington Post, MSNBC, all funded by our federal government and the Chinese government primarily, because they own these companies now. They will put out articles. You will be chipped. America will go down the tubes. You don't have a choice. Do you see President Trump containing the New York Times, CNN, ABC, CBS, Washington Post, and MSNBC? Nope. Absolutely not. By the way, I don't know how that got in there, but oh, doesn't that look good? Anyway, you will be marked. You have no choice. It's the way it's going to be. If the government was serious about masking, don't you think they'd do something better than an N95, which only stops 95% of the viruses, the other 5% go through? So if you're going to go get some virus from China, the China crud, then guess what? You're going to get it because the mask only stops 95% of it. And that's only for an 8-hour use. After that, it goes down to 90 and 80 and 70 until eventually.
So, and that's the point. The point was, like I said, he got straight down to it. You would be vaccinated, then chipped, and after that, those who refuse to chip are going to be put in these concentration camps. You're hearing it from Esau. For those of you who still playing games, thinking this is a big joke, now you hear Esau giving you the skinny. And he, you know, he made reference to a World Bank report, but like I said, Salakia, that Salakia, that thing about 2025, that's another 5 years from now. I don't see it going that long. And like I said, again, that's up to the Most High. But just me, I don't see it going that long. Now that's my thoughts, my opinion. And we know that what Esau is talking about, or his timeline that he had, doesn't mean nothing. It's about what the Most High does. Most High could come this year, could be next year, it could be 2025. But for the sake of the kingdom, I hope not. For the sake of the Akim, I hope not. But yeah, that's what's coming. That is what's coming. And according to the scriptures, here's Revelation 13 and verse 16. And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. So, right, he's going to cause all, and he's implementing that structure, that infrastructure right now, digitally. It's a computer network system being set up, being put in place all around us right now. The platform that is running off of is, or that it'll operate through, will be 5G, and it will be overseen by AI, artificial intelligence. It'll be ran and overseen by artificial intelligence. But the system is in place, and as you said, you will go digital. That means digital money. So they was pushing for that Bitcoin and all that. Nowadays you can pay through Cash App and your debit and credit cards and all that. Everything is already digital. But you can still make cash purchases. Well, when that time comes, there will be no more use or usage of cash. Your Cash App, whatever other apps you may be used, it's gonna all be in that chip. Everything that you love, all them apps you got on your cell phone and all that, it's gonna be on your chip. So these things are coming, and you will not buy or sell except ye have the mark, which that word mark goes into, it is translated from the Greek word charagma, which means something implanted. And what's going to be implanted is that RFID microchip. And you will have to make the decision. They cannot force it on you. You have to make a decision to say, yes, give me the chip, or no, I decline. Because that is that hour of temptation. So, yeah, I just wanted to bring that out. And I'm going to end the lesson right there. And I'll post the link for that video if you brothers want to watch the rest of it. So, to the next one, you brothers stay up and shalom.